welcome to the Shelley Studio, and today I am doing the last group of ATCs. This video is a little bit long, but I did try to speed it up and wanted to get them all in. And so the first part of this, I put some washi tape on this particular background. Must not have recorded, and then gluing this little girl from a magazine on there. And just a thing to note, when you set something aside to dry, make sure there's nothing already stuck on it. See what happened to her face? There was something stuck on it, so yeah, I have to try and cure it. I should have just started over. I don't know. But, so I tried to paint over her, and then she looks really funny. So, yeah, faces are hard enough for me, let alone profiles. I tried to just patch her cheek, but that wasn't working. So I decided I would just color over her entire face. Just mixing colors, trying to get the right color that I wanted. Was really not happy having to do this, but then I finally just bite the bullet and paint the face. So I decided to outline it with my pen just to hopefully make it look better. Make it look more like a person. I like having hair that's hanging down because then it covers more of my flaws. So this one actually took a while, but it was just a real simple card, and it made me think of the words, just create. It doesn't have to be perfect, you just want to create. So that's what I put on there. And just going around with my black marker, because I don't know where I set down my ink pad, that's why I'm using the marker. And that was number 26. Not horrible, but she's got a really big neck. Okay, so this next one, I've been seeing some people were doing some steampunk ones, and I had this tissue paper that I had stamped on, and thought it'd be fun to use it. In the end, I don't think you really see it much, but I really like this tissue paper, and the video for making this tissue paper will be coming out in July. I'm going to be out of town for most of July, so I've done some pre-videos that'll show up during July while I'm gone. And that's one of them. Just a short little video. So that was gel medium, the heavy gel medium, and I have all these gears and things that I haven't really used, and so I just decided to pile them all on. I'm using the gel medium to hold them down. And that one's actually a washer that I stamped into. The stamping didn't go real well, but I thought it would work here. Washers are really hard to stamp into. The blanks that are in the jewelry department are much softer. So once I got all the gears on there, I don't know, my glossy accents was sitting there, and it's turning yellow, so I want to use it up. So I just thought, well, I'll just kind of put a little bit of glossy accents on there. And of course the gel medium is not dry yet. Probably not good to do it that way. But it dried okay. But instead of just doing little dots, I get a little carried away and end up covering the entire thing in glossy accents. You know how much fun it is to squirt this stuff out. Anyway. So yeah, see? I just keep going and keep going and keep going. And keep going. Decided I wanted it all level, so there's a couple of little brass things that I don't cover completely, but they work all. So now I decided it needed some antiquing, which I wouldn't suggest painting over glossy accents. It really kind of defeats the purpose of the glossy of the accents, because it got really dull and grungy, which I guess is kind of steampunky, but probably would have been better if I'd just left the gel medium and then did this part. But this is all about experimentation, right? So that dulls everything down quite a bit. Oh, and I'm trying to emphasize the words that I stamped right there. It says laugh and live. You'll see it in a close-up, I think. So now I decided, since they were all dull again, I was going to add another layer of all my gears and washers and stuff. I wanted some shiny metal pieces since I dulled everything down. I'm trying to get a variety of color. I have brass, silver, and copper colors going there. Alright, so I also have some watch or clock faces. So I figured I would put one on. Just trying to figure out which one. I think the big one looks good. That was not enough. I gotta put some more on there. Coat it really thick. There we go. And I've got that holding it down so it will glue down. And now I'm going to get some hands for the clock. I put an extra one. It's kind of hard to see because the paint bottle is casting a shadow, but I did put one down just laying on the side. And then we'll put a couple on the clock. And I don't have any rivets or anything to go on top of that to look like it's connected, so we're just gonna go with it. Again, darkening the edges. Finishing up that one, number 27. So here's a close-up. You can kind of see the word on that washer. It was fun anyway. So this one is number 28, and here I'm just putting a little gesso on the background. But on one of my walks, I found this teeny little feather, well, small feather, and decided I wanted to incorporate it in an ATC. So decided I wanted kind of sort of brown and kind of abstract background. So I'm just taking the edge strips of some book text and gluing that down, but the glue didn't, it's old glue, so I've got to add some Elmer's under there to really stick it down. And then I'm going to just add a bit of brown and give this some interest in the background. So this part, this is just a hand-carved stamp. I just created it so I could just create some patterned background. Created it a while ago and thought it would work to just kind of make it interesting, I guess. And then more book text. These are, the ones I've been using lately are all from a commencement speech book, and I'm really liking the sentences and stuff. I'm finding at least this first guy that, you know, I'm just starting at the beginning of the book. I really liked his speeches. It's all about journeys and dreams, and it just works. So I put that down, and here's, see, I was at work, so I put it in a piece of paper so that I wouldn't lose it. And it does have a little bit of a green, like if the light hits it just right, you can see a little bit of green on that feather, but you can't see it in the camera. So that has a branch from the backyard, a twig from the backyard, a feather from my walk, and then there's a pebble and then sea glass from one of my visits to my aunt's on Whidbey Island in Washington a few years ago, and I thought I would just add those natural elements. Well, sea glass isn't natural, but it's cool looking. It's back to nature because it's sea glass. And that is day 28. And I have a little pouch. I'm going to put that in, and hopefully that will protect the feather. There we go. See? Our next adventure. See? It's great. Okay, so this one, I did a little bit of jelly printing. I hadn't done it in a while. And this was actually the clean off deli paper. And I love this one. I love this page. So I thought I would use a little bit of that and make my next card. And it was, I didn't like how the purple really affected the print because you can see it through. So I'm gessoing. And I think I give it a couple of coats to make it fairly white. It doesn't end up completely white, but it's fairly white. So now we're going to glue down that piece of deli paper. And this is another one that's just real simple. Just taking some paper I already had, gluing it down, and then we're going to just highlight some of the areas. And make sure it's glued down everywhere. There we go. Okay, so I'm taking neon yellow. I'm going to put that on there. And then this one I think is called Pool Blue. And we're just going to put that on the other side. And I decided I needed a little neon pink. Pink wasn't looking very good on there, like showing up very well. I decided I'd do splatters, and I like how the splatters show up, and you'll see them better in the close-up. And the words I found from my thing was dazzling changes, which, I don't know, I thought it went well with this particular card. Because it's kind of dazzling colors. Emphasized one of the stencil patterns on there a little bit. Decided to sign it on the front because it needed something over there on the right hand side. And this is day 29. We are almost there. See, you can see the pink now. So this last one is even more simple. This is like the most simple of them all. This one took me, 3 or 4 minutes to do. And I'm just writing on here, creating is a journey, travel with me, and then I put, use your imagination, and just have fun. I think it's the other thing I wrote on there. So I hope you have enjoyed these ATCs. They've been a lot of fun to create, but a lot of work, like making sure I do this every day. But let me know what you think. Have you had a good time? Have you liked watching them? I hope you have. If you've liked this video, please hit like. Feel free to comment, share it, and if you're not subscribed already and you'd like to see more, please subscribe. Thanks for watching.